Wexford was walking in Framhurst Great Wood for the last time. That was how he put it to himself. He had walked there for years, all his life, and walked as well as ever, was as strong, and would continue to be so for a long time yet. Not he, but the wood would change. The wood would scarcely be there. Salisbury Hill would scarcely be there, or Stringfield Marsh, and the River Brede, into which the Kingsbrook flowed at Watersmeet, that too would be unrecognisable. Nothing would happen yet. Months must pass first. For 6 months the trees would remain, and the uninterrupted view over the hill, the otters in the Brede, and the rare map butterfly in Framhurst Deeps. But he didn't think he could bear to see it any more. And that will be England gone. The shadows, the meadows, the lanes, the guild halls, the carved choirs. There'll be books. It will linger on in galleries. But all that remains for us will be concrete and tires. He walked among the trees, chestnuts, great grey beeches with sealskin trunks, oaks whose branches had a green coating of lichen. The trees thinned and spread themselves across the grass that rabbits had cropped. He saw that the coltsfoot was in bloom, earliest of wild flowers. When he was young, he had seen blue fritillaries here, plants so localised that they were seen only within a 10-mile radius of Kingsmarkham, but that was a long time ago. "When I retire," he had told his wife, "I want to live in London so that I can't see the countryside destroyed." "A defeatist attitude," she said. "You should fight to keep it." "I haven't noticed fighting keeping it," he'd said. She was on the committee of the newly formed Cabal, Kingsmarkham against the bypass and landfill. They had already had one meeting and had sung "We Shall Overcome." The Deputy Chief Constable had heard of it and said he hoped Wexford wasn't thinking of joining as there was going to be trouble. Trouble of a peace-disturbing and possibly violent kind, in which the Chief Inspector might well be, at least peripherally, involved. A little breeze had got up. He came out of Framhurst Great Wood onto the open land and looked up at the ring of trees crowning Salisbury Hill. From here, not a roof or tower or spire or silo or pylon could be seen. Only birds flying in formation toward Cheriton Forest. The road would pass through the foundations of the Roman villa, the habitat of Arachnia levana, the map butterfly, found nowhere else in the British Isles, cross the Brede, and then the Kingsbrook. Unless the impossible happened, and they made a tunnel for it, or put it on stilts. Arachnia and the otters would like stilts about as much as they liked concrete, he thought. Kingsmarkham wasn't the only town in England whose bypass had been swallowed up in building, and so become just another street. When that happened, a new bypass had to be built, and when that too was engulfed, another perhaps. But he would be dead by then. With this gloomy thought he returned to his car, which he had left parked in Salisbury hamlet. He always came to his walk by car. Would he be prepared to give up his car for the sake of England? What a question. He drove home through Framhurst and Pomfret Monachorum in a pessimistic mood, and therefore noticing all the ugly things, the silos like iron sausages upended, the sheds full of battery hens, electricity substations sprouting wires looking like newly landed aliens, bungalows with red brick garden walls and wrought-iron railings, Leylandi hedges. Nietzsche, or someone, had said that having no taste was worse than having bad taste. Wexford didn't agree. On a happy day he would have observed newly planted, well-chosen trees, roofs rethatched, cattle in the meadows, ducks paddling in couples looking for nesting sites. But it wasn't a happy day. Not, that is, till he came into his house. His wife's habit was to come out of wherever she was to meet him when something good had happened, something she couldn't wait to tell him. He bent down to pick up the card that had been dropped through the letterbox, looked up and saw her. She was smiling. "You'll never guess," she said. "No, I won't, so don't keep me in suspense," You're going to be a grandfather again.